Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we use an UPROXX article about $500 bourbons to create a bracket challenge. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Darren McRoy, and Della.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey. So we're going to have some fun with this bracket challenge today, what UPROXX has called $500 bourbons. Now, I happen to disagree with their list, but I didn't write the article. When we find these things, we like to do bracket challenges to see what's the best out of them. We can't be like, well, we need to insert this in there and take that one out. We're using their article. We're going to use what they put out there. So we'll run through that list, and you'll see it's kind of crazy, and I don't know how they actually came up with these, because they're using a combination of products that actually sell for over $500, and then ones that they say on the secondary sell for $500. So that's where it gets a little dicey and actually kind of funny, but we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Darren?
So lately at the tasting bar, we've been having a lot of conversations about sandwiches because somebody on this podcast had an out there opinion.
Yes.
So I would like to know what
sandwiches.
goes on everyone's
they're lowbrow. No.
Yeah, they're lowbrow. What goes on everyone's perfect sandwich? Like, what is your favorite toppings to put on a sandwich?
Favorite toppings on a sandwich?
Cheese.
Cheese? Yeah, I know.
Cheese.
Hard hitting questions.
Yeah.
Cheese.
I mean,
specific cheese, Kathy, or are you just happy that there's cheese? Do you have like a not one type of cheese?
No. If I feel fancy, I might pick up an actual cheese at Aldi's.
Okay.
But sometimes I just pick up their Swiss cheese, where it's just like American cheese in wrappers. So, but definitely cheese.
My favorite sandwich is a BLT.
Okay.
A thick cut bacon.
Yes, I agree. A really good sandwich incorporating bacon is a good thing.
BLT is my favorite thing. It has to have that kind of iceberg lettuce. And just recently, not when I was growing up, because now I'm a mature woman with a mature palate, my favorite mayonnaise is the truffle mayonnaise.
Oh, nice.
And it just makes that's the perfect sandwich to me.
That's the perfect sandwich. Okay. I think when you're talking sandwich too, I think people overlook the bread, just think the bread's the vehicle to hold it together. If you get a very good bread, you're going to have a better sandwich. And I think that's important to not overlook the bread. So something, and it depends what bread what bread should you get, Steve? Well, it's going to be dependent on what sandwich you get to. So that plays into it. But yeah, a good bread is a good base to start out with your sandwiches.
And you can't go wrong with brioche.
Yeah.
Brioche
rolls, is always good.
Buns. Oh, those are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good options out there. That's why you shouldn't just take the low road and get the bad options for sure. What about you, McNew? What would you have in a sandwich?
So I'm a sauce girly. I care more about the sauce than the actual food. So I want the mustard. I want chipotle mayo, maybe some aioli, like any sauce combination that's going to work. I want the sauce. It's definitely going to be turkey and cheese though. But like
turkey and cheese,
banana peppers, something crunchy, like some lettuce. It has to have a crunch in there. But I'm here for the sauce. I really don't care what it's going on.
Okay. I found a mustard that I like, and the only place I find it where you can get it, at least where I live, is directly through the restaurant Philippe's, which they are the home of the French dip. Supposedly they invented it. I don't know. There's just like in bourbon, there's all this lore, and what is it true? Get that mustard. It's a horseradish mustard, and it's one that'll surprise you. And if you're not every once in a while, kind of like. It just catches you. You're not doing your horseradish sandwich right.
I like
it.
There's a restaurant here that does horseradish mashed potatoes, and it's just like subtle enough to be so extra and so good.
Right. Yeah. But every once in a while, though, on that sandwich, there's like too much concentration of the mustard and it catches you. And I just remember when I was a kid, my dad would have this horseradish mustard he would eat, and he would be doing that. And I would be like, "What? It looks painful. Why are you eating that?" And then now I'm an old man and I'm doing it. I guess that's what you need when you get to a certain age, just so you know you're living. I guess I don't know. I thought my dad was crazy, I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. Wow. Well, Darren, you asked the question. What is the actual answer here? Is there an answer?
There is an answer, and hands down, it is a hot dog. No.
Come on, kick Darren off the podcast.
Yeah, I'm done. No, but salami, pepperoni, bell peppers, and jalapenos, and a slice of provolone cheese is all you need on a sandwich. That is my go-to. Love it.
All right. You might want to try some of that Philippe's mustard.
That's my correct answer.
Try some of that Philippe's mustard. I'll put a link to that. I have no affiliation with them. I'm not earning a commission or anything like that. This just came up organically, but I'll put the link to that mustard in the description of this show. And if you're interested in that, you can buy it. And whether you do or not, I don't actually care. But if you do, check it out. And I think it's really good stuff. I would give it my endorsement, even royalty free. So there you go. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Della. Della hasn't been on a while. We're going to start with Della.
One of my followers on Instagram sent me a bottle from Lost Distillery.
Okay.
Oh, a cute bottle with that label.
Yeah.
They're out of Virginia. It's a straight, what is it? 45% alcohol volume, barrel number 50. Okay. I've only had a little bit of it. I don't know if this is gonna pop. This looks more like the bottles that you have your ice wine in.
Like an ice wine bottle. Yes, it's a very tall, thin bottle.
Very thin and skinny.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So we'll see. Let's see.
You might get a good pop though. That's very good.
That's very good.
Heard it.
That could be enough. You're despite not being on the show in a while, you haven't lost your skills there. You've got the lead, and that could be enough. We're going to see what happens here. We'll see how it plays out. We'll have Kathy go next.
I'm going to open up my Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, that was also very good. I think Della had you, though. I think she had just a little bit more than that, so she's got the lead. McNew, you're next.
I have some Hard Truth Hills Henry A. Sipes bourbon.
Okay. Again, great cork pop. These are very good, but
competition tonight.
Not as good as Della's. Della still has the lead. Darren's next.
Okay, get ready for silence. But I have some Limousine Rye ABV Barrel Shop pick.
Okay. Yeah, nothing there.
Slide on the set.
Yeah, slide on the set. I've got the Iron Root Harbinger here. Here we go. I was stuck, but no, not enough there. Della wins. And, the complete comeback. She's come back and wins on her first time up. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be sharing this list. I think that's the first part of the fun. Then we're going to do a bracket challenge with it. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, We are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Freddie Mills, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have an UPROXX article of $500 bourbons that we are using to create a bracket challenge.
Yes, we are. So again, in the article as it lines out, this is a combination of suggested retail prices, $500 or over, or ones that are routinely selling on secondary for $500 over. Number one, Old Rip Van Winkle. Yes, I mean, everybody would say that sells for more than $500. It's crazy, but people will pay $1,200-$1,300 going right. I mean, crazy. This next one is a suggested retail price one, Chicken Cock Cognac Barrel Finish. Whether it deserves that amount, that price or not, that's also up for debate. But again, we did not price that. The next one. This one just floors me. E.H. Taylor Single Barrel. That's like a $60 bottle that sells for a couple hundred.
And I've got one.
Oh, there you go. That's $500 in your hand right now. You're rich.
So rich.
$500, Kate.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me tell you, when I saw that one on the list, I was.
I know. It makes no sense.
Been out of the game if that is not.
Yeah, it's like Rip Van Winkle himself. How long have I been asleep here? Yeah, okay. This next one, Rare Hair 17-year-old bourbon finished in cognac casks. So this is from Rare Hair. This one has to do with the Playboy Club. They did some sort of special.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Playboy did some sort of special release or something. I don't really know. Michter's Toasted Barrel Bourbon. Again, I don't think it sells for. Maybe it does. It's crazy. That again, like a $79 bottle. It may sell for $500 on the secondary.
I've seen it go for like maybe $250.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. Barrel Gold Label Bourbon. Again, that is a $500 price tag. Here's another one. Weller 12 year. Does Weller 12 year? Has anyone ever bought a bottle of Weller 12 year for $500?
My God. People in Texas right now are losing their minds about this. They're like, wait,
right.
we have gold. This is like gold right now.
Yeah. We got gold, we got oil, we got all this stuff. Screw it. The Weller's where the money's at.
The Weller's where it's at.
Yeah. All right. Next up is last but not least, Heaven's Door bootleg series. So that's the one where Dylan, one of his paintings is the bottle, and yes, those do sell for $500, and you're really buying it, I think, for the collectability of the bottle and stuff, more so than what's inside. But that's also an interesting argument as well. So
real quick, everything that was actually a $500 MSRP is sourced.
It's sourced. Yeah, there you go.
Every single one of those that is actually $500 on the shelf is sourced.
That kind of makes sense too, because someone who's making that bourbon is going to have a lower cost because they've cut out a layer. Number one. Number two, they have to make things and they have a physical location where you can come visit them and yell at them if they're selling crazy stuff for $500. Where you're a source company, you don't really have to see the public. You just can live virtually on the internet and hope that people don't bump into you. That's all I can think of. This one. So that is our 8. And here's how they're going to play out. Here's how they got bracketed randomly. Weller 12 will take on Barrel Gold Bourbon. And then Michter's Toasted Bourbon will take on Old Rip. E.H. Taylor Single Barrel will take on that Rare Hair 17-year-old. Chicken Cock Cognac Finish will take on Heaven's Door Bootleg Series. Round number 1, Darren, you're going to be up first. Again, it's Weller 12 or Barrel Gold Bourbon.
I have standards, and I'm not going to put a 500-cent best bottle on into the next round, so I'm going with Barrel.
Barrel. Okay, that means Barrel goes up 1-0. Kathy, what do you think? Barrel or Weller 12?
Barrel. Yeah, just Barrel.
Barrel. Della, what do you think? Weller 12 or Barrel Gold label?
Well, I have a bottle of Weller 12, so I'm going to go with the Barrel Gold.
You got to sell that bottle of Weller 12.
Yeah.
$500.
Barrel Gold. All right, Barrel Gold moves on. Next up is Michter's Toasted Bourbon versus Old Rip. Kathy, you're first. Michter's Toasted or Old Rip?
I'm gonna go with the Old Rip Van Winkle.
Old Rip Van Winkle goes up 1-0. Della, what do you think?
Or as Becca says, the Winkle.
The Winkle.
Me too. I say yes.
You like the Old Rip?
Yes, the Old
Okay. Old Rip goes up 2-0. McNew, what do you think? Michter's Toasted or Old Rip?
Yeah, so I like Michter's Toasted.
These are actually two good products.
They're really good products.
These are two of the best ones, actually, I think.
And I know I can get that for like maybe 100. So I'm going to go Old Rip for the sake of this article.
Okay. Old Rip moves on. All right. Next up is the E.H. Taylor Single Barrel. Again, nothing. It's a fine product. To say it's $500, good? No, that's crazy. Versus Rare Hair 17-year-old. Round number 3. Up first is Della.
Someone sent me a rye version of the Rare Hair in like a little gram, and it was really, really good. So I'm going to go with them. The
Rare Hair. Okay. Rare Hair goes up 1-0. McNew, what do you think? Rare Hair or E.H. Taylor Single Barrel?
Yeah, it's just the value thing where I know one of them is not $500, but I'm also a huge fan of Playboy. I think it's iconic. I'm going to go with the Rare Hair.
Rare Hair. All right. Rare Hair goes up 2-0. I think I'm going to close it out. I just, again, I think probably the H. Taylor could probably hang with that one taste-wise. I don't know. I don't know. But my thing is, it's just not a $500 best. It can't be. It's not going to win the best $500. So that means Rare Hair, 17-year-old, moves on. All right. Next up is Chicken Cock, the Cognac Finish versus Heaven's Door Bootleg Series. Round number 4. Up first is McNew.
You know, like some chicken cock, just regular chicken cock, is kind of highly priced. So I'm going to go with this cognac finish.
Okay. Cognac Finish goes up 1-0. I'm going to tie this thing back up. To me, these are kind of both in the same boat. I do like some of the chicken cock. I haven't had this one, but I think if I could pick two and someone's going to say it's going to cost you $500 either way, I think I would grab the Dylan thing. I like those bottles. I don't know. That's my only rationale there. I don't think these are either one of the best choices in the bracket, but they're paired up here, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's tied up right now, 1-1. Darren, what do you think? Chicken Cock Cognac Finish or Heaven's Door Bootleg Series?
I have recently found that I really like cognac finishes, so I'm going to go with the Chicken Cock.
Chicken Cock goes up 2-1. Next up is going to be Kathy.
I'm going to tie it back up because I really they paint those bottles.
The bottles are cool. The bottles are definitely cool. Yeah.
And these are two that actually sell at $500 on the shelf. So I'm going to tie it back up to Heaven's Door and send it to a tiebreaker.
That means it's going to go to a tiebreaker, and our tiebreaker here is Della. Della, what do you think?
This is a good one for me to be a tiebreaker on because I like cognac finishes on bourbons, but I also like having collector's bottles. I like having one-of-a-kind things. So I'm going to go with the Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door moves on. All right. Our final four is going to look like this. Barrel Gold will be taking on Old Rip. Rare Hair 17 takes on Heaven's Door Bootleg Series. Round number 5. I am first. Barrel Gold or Old Rip. I think I got to go Old Rip. I mean, that's going to be the one for me. I do like both of these products, but I think I'm going to give the nod to Old Rip here. Darren, what do you think?
I think I'll even it up and give it to Barrel.
Barrel?
It's the only one I've had on this list, so I've gotten to sample this one. So
Barrel has tied it up. Kathy, you're next. Barrel Gold or Old Rip?
I think I'm going to side with Darren on this one and go with the Barrel Gold label.
Barrel Gold is up 2-1. Della, you're next. You can end this thing by selecting Barrel Gold, or you can give Old Rip life in this game.
I don't think I'll ever get. Well, maybe I will one day, but I don't see myself ever having any Old Rip, so I'm going to say Barrel Gold.
Barrel Gold moves on and will be in the finals now. All right. Next up is Rare Hair 17 versus Heaven's Door, their bootleg series. Round number 6. Up first is Darren.
Although Playboy is an icon, I think I'm going to have to go with Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door. Heaven's Door goes up 1-0. Kathy, what do you think? Heaven's Door or Rare Hair 17?
Well, I'm a little surprised I'm agreeing with Darren so much tonight.
That means you're right, Kathy.
I'm going to go with Heaven's Door too. Mostly because I really just love those painted bottles.
Paint the bottles.
The collector's items there.
Darren, you said Heaven's Door? Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I thought he said Rare Hair. So Heaven's Door is up 2-0 then. Della, you're next. Rare Hair 17 or Heaven's Door?
I'm going to go with Rare Hair.
Rare Hair has life now. It's down 2-1. McNew, what do you think? Rare Hair or Heaven's Door?
I do think those painted bottles are cool, but I'm going to keep it in the game and go Rare Hair.
Rare Hair. That means Rare Hair makes it all the way to tiebreaker, but that's going to be where its journey ends as Heaven's Door Bootleg Series will move on. All right. Our final looks like this. Barrel Gold will take on Heaven's Door Bootleg Series. Round number 7. Kathy is first. Barrel Gold or Heaven's Door Bootleg Series?
I'm going to stick with the Heaven's Door all the way through.
Heaven's Door goes up 1-0. Della, what do you think? Heaven's Door or Barrel Gold? Bourbon.
Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door is now up 2-0 over Barrel Gold. McNew, what do you think?
I love Barrel. I think they do some great things, but I am also going to go with Heaven's Door for this.
That means Heaven's Door wins the bracket challenge, a rare bracket challenge for us these days. And good job to Bob Dylan and the whole team over there. They are certainly doing some good things, and I'm excited what the future holds for them. They've got that distillery that they recently bought, and they're going to be a Kentucky bourbon now. I think it's cool, and I do love that bottle. I've never had one. I have drank some of it in the past. The legend himself, Rick Brenner, brought series number 1, and then immediately bought it and cracked it at a party we were at. So, yeah, that was good. It was good stuff. So, check it out if you have the means. If you've got an extra 500 laying around, and pick one of those up, please. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we're going to start with you, man. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Kathy.
I'm on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
All right, Della.
You can find me on Instagram and Untapped as 6 Feet of Dynamite.
All right. What are your interests on Untapped? You haven't been on here in a while. I don't know if people are familiar.
Beer, red meat, and nudity.
I love that
Laugh.
it's not changed in years.
Don't laugh.
It does not change. It's so good. You got to list your interests. So people, that's what if they follow it and see Della out there, that's her interest. So there you go. It's not bad. All right, McNew, how about you?
I am on the Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop. Darren and I work there. We'd love to see you. Sometimes sometimes Kathy is there hanging out at the bar. Sometimes every once in a while McNew shows up and hangs out at the bar. So check us out. Maybe Della. We'll get her to come in. If there's ever a beer festival in St. Louis she wants to come to, then she's got to come by. Yeah, then she's got to come by the Barrel Shop for sure. So check us out, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.